When I was a kid, I spent a lot of time playing 3D platformers on the N64. Of these, I think my favorite title was Banjo-Kazooie. I was introduced to Banjo on Christmas morning 1998. It was a gift my brother and I had received from our grandmother, and one that we were weirdly reluctant to try since we'd never heard of the game. But we gave it a shot, and it quickly became one of my favorite games of all time. That's why, following the creation of Playtonic Games and announcement of Yooka-Laylee, a Kickstarter which aimed to revive the 3D platformers these former Rare employees were known for, my interest was piqued. It's been nearly 2 years since then. I've remained optimistic and interested, and the time for its release is finally upon us. So how is it? Well, it's f***ing awesome. Right away, upon just starting the game and being greeted by the music and sounds featured in the menus, I felt at home, and this was only enhanced once I actually took control of the protagonists, Yooka and Laylee. The art direction, complete with googly eyes on otherwise inanimate objects, the world, and the sound all fall in line with what I've come to expect from a classic Rare title, but with a modern twist. In their prime, Rare's strength was creating a world that felt alive and just plain fun to run around in, and from the cast of characters to the design of each stage, they've succeeded in achieving that with Yooka-Laylee. I found myself staring at the screen grinning like an idiot from the moment the opening cutscenes began to the time I ended each play session. The gameplay itself is what could be described as a collect-a-thon, and while this type of game has almost always received some type of criticism for monotony, I've never seen it as a bad thing. Essentially, plot-wise, Capital B and his cronies at Ivory Tower have created a contraption that will suck every book in existence right into their facilities. To what end, you might be asking, but I'll leave that up for you to find out. All you need to know is, a book that Laylee has been using as a coaster was sucked up by this device, and its golden pages were scattered throughout Ivory Towers. Your main goal is to get these pages back, as they help you unlock new worlds known as Grand Tomes, and expand upon tomes you've already unlocked, giving you the opportunity to gather even more pages. I like that you're given a choice between moving on to a new stage or expanding the one you're currently working on. In addition to pages, you'll also find yourself gathering items such as play coins, used to unlock mini-games, molecules, which help you take on a new form when returned to Dr. Puzz, and quills, which you can use to unlock new moves from your friendly neighborhood snake named Trouser. That's right, he's a trouser snake. High five, Playtonic. Overall, the game's controls are satisfying, but the camera angles can be a little bit wonky at times. 3D platformers have always suffered this same fate, and while you might think I'm giving Yooka-Laylee a pass on nostalgia alone, I truly didn't find that it disrupted or detracted from any of the core gameplay. Maybe I'm used to it because of all the time I funneled into the Banjo games even recently, but I can't remember a single moment where I was unable to accomplish something or found myself frustrated because of the camera angle. Perhaps my favorite thing about Yooka-Laylee, and I've already touched on it briefly, is the overall feel of the world the game takes place in. There's a certain charm to it that recent 3D platformers, or at least the ones that I've played, have been completely bereft of. Playtonic did an awesome job making the world of Yooka-Laylee feel like it has personality. The game is packed with humor and style, and these aspects go a long way in taking the player from a state of collect things because the game told you to actually feeling compelled to explore the world, gather things, take a look around, and see how the story plays out. I'd be an absolute dolt to not talk about Yooka-Laylee's soundtrack at some point, because it's nothing short of magical. Grant Kirkhope, known primarily for the tunes he brought to the table in the Banjo-Kazooie series, made an absolutely triumphant return with Yooka-Laylee, and continues right where he left off with compositions that bridge the gap between being goofy, yet somehow fitting to the scenery at hand. Coupled with contributions from David Wise, known for Battletoads and Donkey Kong Country, and Steve Burke, known for cameo Elements of Power, the musical score is right on par, if not better, than the music they've contributed to past projects. Overall, Playtonic seems to have taken the support they got from their successful Kickstarter very seriously, and put in the work to provide a solid experience for both those that backed them, and those who were simply itching for a solid 3D platformer like the ones they used to play. Everything feels like a near-perfect marriage between nostalgia and the logical next step for the genre of 3D platforming. I'm definitely excited to see what Playtonic does next, and will be keeping my fingers crossed for more games done in this style. A style that's simple, silly, and fun. If you're let down by this game, you're either expecting too much or expecting the wrong thing. Yooka-Laylee provides an amusing experience that, while still plagued by some of the problems 3D platformers face, isn't ruined by any of those problems, earning it 4 trouser snakes out of 5. For more reviews on video games and hardware alike, as well as first looks, editorials, and build guides, be sure to head on over to KBMOD.com.